Good evening. A little late in today. Looking a little washed out as well for some reason. Going off there. Um, I've had a bit of technology issue. Good evening, go. Had a bit of technology issue. The camera's suddenly gone very, very washed out. Um, Now the problem is as well. I've had a problem with my USB hub, and it kept disconnecting and reconnecting the other day, and it's now not allowing charge through. I've had to lose one of the cameras. Right, not a problem because I'm in leather. But anyway, let's get straight to the build. That's There's some chilled building. Continuing in the theme park, there are now a few rides appearing in the theme parks, most copied, but you'll see newer stuff starting to appear now. Sound is going in and out. Yeah, it's because mic's a bit far away. Yeah, the gain on the mic is set to uppy, downy. Basically, if I talk over here, it's a choppy, and then yeah, if I talk over it, it's better. I'm very sniffly. Got a bit of cold. I'm feeling a bit lurgrous and a bit sore of throat. But I shall do what I can. So, into Valheim. But this bloody works. Not been behaving itself. Hub has now gone. Good. So, this is what I've done. Obviously, I put the handrail round. Finish the coaster. Now put loads of rests on there. I've put a path down there, which I did the other day. Hopefully you're there. Then again, I'm not really doing anything in the game. All you see, you should get in ambience. Oh, yeah, there we go. So the only situation I've got at the moment is I do keep getting grey dwarves wandering in. Put a bridge there, look. Put one of those little bridges in. And, yeah, trying to make it look cool. Now, one of the things I thought about was having this as like a four-way path. And then doing the same again. If I do that, then building pipette that bridge again. Do that. That's gone wrong. Jumped. Let me just remove that. Yeah, no, you weren't sounding too good over weekend. Coaster's not above me, so I'm not going to remove anything out of the coaster. And remove that. So that's the coaster. Oh shit, I've just removed some coaster. Right. Let's put the coaster back. I just noticed a few bits disappear there. Yeah, let's put those back. So we need to go up. Oh, my fucking keyboard's not working either. Bloody razor. And I've got red text on my missing exemption. There we go. Void message. Unity engine. Don't know what's going off there. I've done a little more work. I'm going to show you it all. I'm just going to... Yeah, yeah, something's not worked right here. Razor's not started. Let's need Razor synapse. And this is where I probably get a clash, because Razer Synapse is what gives me the M1, 2 and 3 keys. Very important, that, when you're building. And let's just check that Synapse is booting. If for some reason Razer has not booted. Yeah. Let's just go to control panel. Task manager and just see if Razer's crashed. Oh my god. Close all them. And that. Yeah. So Razer's had a moment. Redraw all those. They all come under haptic service, actually. The Razer Chroma SDK has just gone stupid. Just started up loads of bloody things. Because I need Synapse. Otherwise I can't be building. Yeah, it's not done well today. But I noticed I had problems the other day because my stream wouldn't close. Ah. And that has just frozen my PC. Right, that's going to pick up possibly pick up a clash. Right. I think Valheim has just crashed, actually. That's what the crash was. Right, I'm going to restart my PC. Well, that's the nice thing. I can restart it. And it doesn't affect my stream. Because that is really not working very well. See what this does. Yeah, my keyboard just went all black and everything. It was as if Razer just decided not to start. But we shall see. No signal. Elgato. I now use an Elgato. Which I believe just means cat or the cat. Gato is a cat. Spanish. Could be wrong. Elgato is my capture card. So that's what you're currently seeing. There you go. We're just waiting for the PC to sort its shit out. Takes a few seconds to boot it. The awkward craps on my desktop. Well, I had 2 viewers and they've all buggered off. Right, so we should have Razer starting up in the bar down at the bottom here. I select the profile Luniverse. As soon as Steam has booted up the Steam engine, I can boot. So there goes Steam. Fallout 4 cheap. Right, there's the Nvidia. That's my graphics board. And some called Stream. Oh, Stream Elements. Stream. Yeah, Stream Elements is my bot. So should be able to hop in here. That might still be my user. Yeah. Or it could be. It's logged me out. We shall see. Right, my keyboard's just gone black. So that means that Razer has started. Let's see if... I mean, I can cope with the keyboard being black. At least when Synapse doesn't run. I paid 200 quid for this keyboard. It's amazing. But it relies on a piece of software which I find quite annoying. Let's just fly around and just see whether... If I go to my hammer, go to build something, that's what should happen. So when I press my function buttons, I should change to a red, from green to red, which is basically rotation angles. That's what should happen. Right. So let's make it daylight, and let's make the environment clear, and let's turn off build cost. So that's what I built. That's what I put in. You've seen that before. I've just moved that in here. That's moved in here. Now the thing I've got to do is that is my ride car, which I built in midair. I actually built it on some stanchions and then cleared it. So that's that sorted. So the only thing I've got to do is I've just taken a little bit of track out here. So if I copy that, I pipette that, it should let me. It needs to be on the maximum number of snap places. That's it, right. Pipette that. Not building pipette, you moron. Just building pipetted an entire ride. So I think that is dropping slightly. I think that is going to be quite difficult to do actually. But it's close enough. It don't look perfect, but it's, you know, without copy pasting the entire piece. Alright, try and do this again. So building pipette. Make sure. God. Make sure this time that it snaps into the right place, which is there. There we go. So that has given me still looks wrong. Looks too high. So should be able to snap that to the maximum number of pieces. One more. Yeah, that's it. And that's that one done. We've got the same bridge running all three ways, which means I've got a path. I've started running a path through here. It means I've got a path. Look at the Draugr, look. Kill the Draugr. And the leech. It means I've got a path that runs through here now. That means I've got really cool structure that's like a central pivot of the park. Apart from the weirdness that's going off there, I think it's just a snapping issue. I snap all those to one position. Would fix that a little bit. So that's fixed that problem. So that's a central location for the park, like a hub. And I think what I could probably do, demolish those four, actually put an extra piece in, so there's like a quad. Because the slope downwards doesn't really start the second piece. Bridge. So that gives me like a meeting point. I think that's going to have to come off another snap. Right off that one. Wrong angle. Off that one. Too low. Yeah, this is the problem it's presenting. Because we're starting to drop downwards. We're getting snap things going off. Look at my other viewer stream elements again then. I say it shouldn't be because I don't think bots show up anyway. I think bots are sort of exempt from appearing. Laptop's lighting up. May have to do a bit of work on that later. I've got the shape now. So I reckon, because I'm going over, I've got to get over to the other side of that ride. Try something. For me. If I back to my building pipette. Do this. Oh, picked up all the bridge. So let's get rid of those as well. Build it, pipette that, see if that gets it. So that's still got. Get rid of them. That has just picked up the bridge now. I'm wondering if I can flip that round now. Attach it to there, or if it's going to crash into the coaster. Not going to snap, that's one thing for sure. Really not liking snapping. Nope, it is not liking snapping at all, that. Going to have to be a guest snap. I can always take it out later. So that's the idea I'd got. Is that we have like a dip. This doesn't go quite full out, so I'm going to take some of this out. Yeah. That Mr. Stream elements. Then the other path should go nicely. Yeah, I've been building this path here, so if I level that ground there and continue this. Now the thing is I'm going to need to do is start turning it. I need to aim or turn it the other way. I need to... Yeah, it is. Thought it was an abomination. You can see how quick I killed that with that sword. I've got to say, that was pretty epic. I turn that on each piece. And then turn it back again. It might be a bit over leveled. Yeah. Take that out. I don't know where the base of that is actually. That roots from. That's got rid of that. I'm going to have to really put some bump trees back in there. If I put gentle curves in. Yeah, you can also tell, I mean, look at the... look at how it's not collapsing. I'm putting round paths in it, it's just not collapsing. There's no support on them at all. I don't know what's just hit me. That tree's going to have to come out. Well, this is the idea. That we turn that in. Over here. Put like a plaza. Get trees. A raised plaza over the water. Gives me access. Right. Get rid of that. That gives me access to these two rides. The path's nice and curvy. Only thing I really need to do, drop that level a bit. Get rid of the grass. I go for, I don't know, it isn't swamp actually, if it works in swamp, that one. Without grass. I know in Ashlands the grasses don't work the same. Let's do this side first because this is going to be easiest. But then I'll have to, when it curves back, I'll have to turn and do each one from a single point. They all ground in. Oh, the bollock. I have just probably cut a leech in half. Oh. Got those. All these bloody blobs. Let me swap the snap position down. Now need the end position. Gives me a nice view of the coaster as well. I do think they're going to be. So I could probably actually look at raising some of this land here. And I'll need to build stuff on it anyway. Probably raise some of this. Slightly. I raise that. And level it. Create a platform. That worked there. There you go. Right. Now, I'm at the right. You've got to make sure you're the right level when you start raising. Otherwise, everything goes amiss. Right. Go. There's the platform. And that's just brought a leech out onto dry land. Grounded leech. Can't say I'm sad about that. Well, that gives me more building area. That is swamp though, that's the only thing. You do have to put with the shitty weather. I'll raise all that. Leave the little bit of like a swamp in there. Raise this section here. Leave that bit of water there. Need to pump there. Right, there we go. So I need a swamp rock next. Yes, so if I pipette a swamp rock, I think that is just rock 4. That is just rock 4. I can't remember if there's actually a separate swamp rock. I don't know if there is. I think they're all just swamp. I think they're all just rock 4. Yeah, that's rock 4. Yeah, I don't think there is a separate swamp rock. I think the swamp just has rock 4. Is that quite cool? Don't know whether that pipettes as an entire... That pipettes as a structure lock. So that pipette's a location... Oh, it's a location proxy. You don't mess with location proxies. They can mess your map up. We'll be careful with those. So what I will do is I'll just base it on rocks 3 and 4 then. And I can put the dead trees in as well. Right. Heavy build there. Look at what the angle is. There we go. That means I don't have to build as deep either. That's probably going to have yeah. I imagine that one will as well just, yeah. So that needs to have 2 pieces in. Abomination everywhere there. Bottom. I think this looks a little bit deeper actually. This might even span onto a 3rd one. Just manages that in a second. And then back to 1s. So that's all that path. As far as there. It's framed. From here, I'll snap on the back end. And then this is going to be more of a plaza, so it'll be wider. Yeah, so what it is, a location proxy. It's not a crypt, that is it. It's the location proxy is, it's basically, I think it's something that spawns a sub-location. You have to be a little bit careful with them because you can't put them everywhere on the map. Put them in certain places on the map and they just break down. Yeah, the stones are an example of that. The boss location stones. Right, so we need to have a few line up to the coaster. Do it like this. Like that. Like that, and then it looks cool. It must be quite long because it's going to be a busy coaster. Is essentially Oblivion. The towers. So I think that is going to be possibly my last. Right. So if I tip that downwards. It downwards again. Really cool that. And that's all framed in, that's going to look so good. Then pull it up again. That's I think that should get me level. Yeah, that gets me to the start of the queue. That's the queue line, which is pretty good. So the idea I'm going to do is I'm going to put those in, but I'm going to base them all off the same snap. I home them, so regardless of what the angle is, they're all based same height position. There. So we'll do that. And basically I'm not having to do individual pieces either. We take it down like that. Same there. That is, I need to get the right snapping point right, and then on top of those, I'm going to do these. No. The only bit I've got to make sure I'm snapping them all at the right position. I've got a lot of snap angles here. That's the queue line. Oop. Yeah, well, I mean, I will late. I've not advertised it. I've not really. To be honest, my mind's focused on other things at the moment, and streaming, unfortunately, is a little bit low priority while I'm sorting things out. But still love doing it. I'm tending to find myself just concentrating on more on the playing and less on the interactive. Oh, a lot of people don't like it when you don't constantly checking the screen, but one of those things. Deal with it. So when you're out of there, I think that should be the point at which things change. Let me that's not correctly. Yeah, I've just got a lot on my mind at the moment. There's a lot of things happening. We're doing a lot of stuff at home. Fortunately, and my business is very successful and very busy. It really does take a hell of a lot of focusing on. I'd do the same there again and drop down and do it on a universal level. But cool. Flip that around. Same on that side. Do it on a universal level based on that. Yeah. what I could actually do. Continue that. Dropping it. That will disappear into the ground. When I do that, put that in. Get that. Quite cool. Quite natural. If I put that to... That's the entrance to the ride. And probably just put a workbench. I need to repair my stuff. Probably the other thing I'll do then is put those like that. That can be the position. It widens out. Oh god, yeah, very much. The other thing is you'll find, oh, this is what I found with Jonathan's build. It's very raw at the moment, the build. And what you'll find is, the same when I was doing the build with Jonathan on Jonathan's server, as it got more notorious, and more people were coming in to watch. Because they're absolutely fascinated with build technique. So that's got the plaza. And obviously there's going to be a way to get on those. So the final thing I need to do is back of this. What I'll do is I'll put some swamp trees in. Basically I'll turn it back into a swamp. I've cleared virtually every tree out. There is a little bit there visible. The other thing I need to do is right. So that's the plaza. Swamp trees back in. The pets, one of those. So that's swamp tree 1. Turn it up straight. Probably going to put some side of the path here. Still swamp as well. But to make sure they're not too close to the coaster though, because if you've seen the coaster, it's very, very wide. Let's see how wide it is. That one is probably quite close, if not actually in it. That one. Ah, I didn't want to level that. I didn't want to level that. I didn't want to level that. That was a mistake. Let's do that. Level. There we go. Right. That goes on top of there to stop people jumping over. No queue jumping in Looneyland 2.0. The exit from the ride. Yeah. The exit from the ride can be steps. Put those ones in. Not like that. Those ones. So then, to carry the plaza on. But that does mean the plaza is now back in Black Forest. Just go over it with the patchy grass to get rid of the through. I think there was some sticking through up here. I get it. I got it. But swamp path. Well, let's see what rides I can put there. The perfect location for a ride there. Let's see what I've got as blueprints. A blueprint. So I've had a Hiram Maxim. See what I can do actually. Abbots up. Not lined up yet, that's lined up. Put that up. And I'll put one up here as well. It's amazing how things like that just make a difference, to be honest. Some shrubs in as well. I don't think I can actually plant swamp tree. You can put those in swamps and they look alright in swamps. You can put the dead trees in and the branches. That one. Yeah, you see that's the same look. That is, I think that's swamp tree. Yeah, that's swamp tree 1. That's your common swamp tree. One of those in. And then the big one. There. Got a swamp tree 1 in it. It's that one. Swamp tree 2 is the big fat one. And the nice thing with the swamps is you can actually tangle them up quite nicely and they look good. Like there, I could put a swamp tree there, look. Quite good. They're quite oppressive. Swamp tree 1's the little one, that one. And you can make it bigger, but it doesn't look great if you do. Got a nice angle, that one as well. You see by then, yeah, I'm still in swamp. So let's have a look what I've got I can put on there. So, hammer blueprint. Let's see what we've got. We've got the carousel. Charred molten coaster and Odin's Gate roller coaster. Which roller coaster is that? Apart from it's at a skew angle, I think that's the first one I ever built actually. Yeah, that's the first one I ever built. The wooden one that I built before I knew better. So, not that one. helter skelter. Looks like that. I need to do is I need to return my angle of dangle to reload that. I think we'll have a helter skelter swamps. Right, for some reason that's not rotating. Need to reload that again. Oh. Rotating now. So I can probably look at putting that corner actually. Bit of the land like that. Do that. Put it there. Colonial land tabards are just of range. Put the that back. That gives me that back there. That gives me a nice path to it. I'll have to widen that out a little bit more. Get rid of them. Too close. And put those anywhere. Let's get rid of them. So that's the helter skelter. The only thing I do need to do is just build a bottom. The bottom for it like that. I think actually, if I remember right, it's done as two separate ones. Then the angle on that one. Like that. And that is snapped. That side. And we need some straw for you to drop into. And got straw. Got those mats. So that's the helter skelter. Smelter skelter, I think I called it. Remember, I put a smelter nearby. Smelter skelter. So for fencing, that's quite cool. That. Right, let me just have a look what it's like with storms. I want to see what the weather's like. So if I environment storm, see what happens. Technically, I think this is C. Don't see because it'll start rising. There we go. Look, here come the waves. The high sea will probably flood that. But at the moment it's not. Not as low as it gets. Oh, look. There's Thor. There goes Thor. End clear. Let's clear the weather up. I think those mats are sloping actually. Yep, I forgot to do the angle of dangle before I it's down, so the mats are sloping as well. So that. For the vending machine. I've got one, but it's right over here. It's also the wrong place anyway. Get that. Get that. We'll have a vending machine. Corner. Diving for mead. I think it copied everything. Yeah, it did. The crane game. And then some benches. Oh. I reckon here, because I'm a bit groused in it. I could probably go with the double benches. It's stony around here. Hello, Vic. Lovely to see you in again. I'm just having a steady build. To be honest, technology failed me at the start of the stream. I was late coming in. Everything's just gone. Been on that corner. I don't know why they are red though. Stick some metal down. That does everything. Might just be that they're not anchored. Alright. Well, I've been playing around and looking at the updates on mine and your favourite game. And I think it's they've done quite a bit. I think we're going to be having a fun one. Yeah, I'm doing alright. I've just been saying I'm quite tired actually. I've been a bit full of cold for the last couple of days since I started, well, since stream basically. I've got a bit of a sore throat. That's the loading platform for that. But other than that, yeah. Key. So that's the loading platform for that. What I'll do. Put a set of steps into there. Put them up against one of them. I should be able to at any. Right. That. Yeah, well, that's the other thing. I mean, my work is, since I started streaming, my work has got a lot busier, and I'm just finding myself sometimes. Whereas a few years ago I used to do a couple of jobs a day, and I'm now finding myself having to squash a third job in a lot of days, and it's hard on me. Like today, you know, I've had 3 quite sizable jobs on. Actually, no, I've had 4 quite sizable jobs on today. You see, I can't even remember how many jobs I've done. That is the loading platform for that, so I just need to make a stairway up to that now. Lucky number 7. Yo. I'm thinking if I do that, Do that. And delete those and flip them round. It'll be just a change of fencing. Because I do tend to use that that fencing a lot. Him there. I do that. Put that there. Put another one at the bottom. I just do them as they come in. To be honest, I just have to try and fit them in. Problem is, there's only me. At the moment. So everything's done by me. I've got people I can sort of pass work to. But I don't have on the tools employees anymore. And I mean, I prefer it that way because I don't think they do as good a job as I do. I've had them loads of times, and I just think I get half a job. And to be honest, the job I went to today, we had half a jobism going on. I'm self-employed, so I'm my own boss, which is lovely because it means I can go and sit in a coffee shop for an hour in the afternoon if I want to. But it's not lovely because it means that if I go and sit in a coffee shop for an afternoon, somebody else is doing the work. So I think just steps up, because you're not going to get the same sort of queues for this sort of ride. Platform. Yeah. You are totally right. If you want a job doing right, you do it yourself. Never trust anybody else to do a job as thoroughly as you will. I mean, you've seen my building. You know how obsessive I am about things. But I am, yeah, like I said, I am really looking forward. Now I've looked at what we've got in the game, I am actually really looking forward to playing Barotrauma again. I think it's going to be a hoot. In fact, I'd love to see you in GOAT. I don't think it's even Xbox Live. I think it's just a game you just buy it and it's yours and it's not expensive. I should be able to get rid of that, and that gives me a nice pattern. The inability to delegate. Well, yeah, I can delegate, and unfortunately, as I say, getting everybody to do as thorough a job as I do. So that would be... However, I'm running a gig on Thursday night. Rehearsing with a band tomorrow night. The only thing I need to do is put the railings along. There, I've just caught the mouse again. You noticed I did something to my Insta bio. I think we're sure about. Oh, me, yeah. Oh, God, I'm well neurospicy. Someone with a level of fetish of mine has got to be slightly neurospicy. In their age, is that, actually. Well, what I'm thinking here, I've got that bit. So what I'm thinking is, if I just drop it a level, make it like a seating area, perhaps even curve the front of it. It that way. A bit like that. Do the same again. I'm filling the gaps. Finally, like that. Then give me that. Then and then what I do is put that right there. Vic is playing. I just saw him playing a game and I didn't see what it were. Zooming. Vic is lurking. So what I need to do is get that a little bit lower. You remember the trick I usually use? Usually you put one of those and you use that as your position. Get out of the way, you bloody leech. I think that would do it. And do that. Like that. What I can do. Saying about 1,000,000 times. What you do is you do exactly the same as I do. You know when you've got something mundane to do, you do it off stream. Because that's what I do. You know I've got something really boring to do. And I just know that I'm going to be having my viewers are just going to be asleep. Do it off. Or just do it off stream. So I just need that to be the darker colour inside. And then what? I don't think I've got any more snap positions. Let me just check. Oh, I have. I can do a midway snap position between those. I could do that. Like an angling snap. And then reverse that the other way. And do that. God, I am so obsessive. Just gives it like a lowered seating area. And then steps down to it. The steps would just have to be groused, and I think, because it would look the best. Do that. That would look really cool. And the thing I need to do is piece of groused in there. And same again. Yeah, the land underneath. We use patchy grass. And why that's decided to just do that. Patchy grass. Just gets rid of anything sticking through. That looks cool, that. I like that. Really like that. Nice view. And the thing is with that as well, it's so low I don't actually really need to put a railing round it. I would probably only consider putting a railing at that side. What I'd do for that, do the that one. Basically to stop people going underneath the helter-skelter. Not that one. Very painful on the arse if you catch that one. That's probably how I'd do it. Then just put a few shrubs under here. Fill that area in. Let's put one of those. Just making sure it doesn't poke through. A dead fir tree at the edge. You can get those pretty much at the boundary of the water. And one of the other coloured ones shrink a little bit. Vines up the front. Stay or die? Don't know. Stay actually, they shouldn't die because they're spawned in. Which ones is it again? This swamp, it's the yellow ones. Oh no, it's red ones. Couple of mushrooms in there then, just for shits and giggles. So that's given me that. There's a nice view. I can also put some more benches along. I can do this. Put on there. On there. Those. Out there. Yep, they look about right. Have a bin. Because I've made this, I've gone to all this effort to making this look quite nice. Going to tuck the bin out of the way. There we go. Looking something like nice. This island here I cleared of all vegetation. Don't let me put vegetation back on it. Obviously I can't really put on it that way, but if I did fir tree, got that view. These. We're not quite into the swamp. I mean, it doesn't look swampy. It doesn't look swamp biome, but it's still swamp. I do like that rock there as well. I think I'll get a couple of rocks. Pet that rock, 'cause that's rock 3. That's the big one. Put a rock out in the water here. Well, smaller than that. But that. Goonies! That looks good. Like that. That right on the shit as well. The clusterfuck of stuff that I've put there. Right number of rides. That is a little narrow, but I'm going to widen that back out again. Because that path probably needs to come. I don't think it's going to join that, to be honest. I think we're just going to have to get rid of that. That's going to work at all. I have to delete that. We're going to end up here. Lights now. Remember me thing. I think I've got a... No, I've not. I thought I'd have... I'll take station in there. Let me just put a crafting station in then. Put it there. I can leave it around for a bit longer. Right. So, lamps. One under there. Oh, one in the middle of there. One there. Same at that side. They don't get much light, these out, so more of them than you need. Probably put these in the I don't think they're going to go on there very nicely. No, they're not. We'll put these on the front of the building. That with them. That there, that there. Putting one there. Give a bit of light. That's a little bit dark in places, but you can actually put a couple along here as well. You're getting your government tracking chip. Jeepo. You're getting your 5G booster. Yeah, last time I had my 5G booster, it was great. Improved my phone signal, no end. Yeah. Well, that's looking cool. We've got a Helter Skelter, we've got that. We're starting to get some rides. Got an Ace roller coaster. But so ride that, and it's climbable as well. I'm trying to make them a little more realistic now. And I will say, if you've ever been up to a roller coaster track, that really is how big they are. They are enormous. They are absolutely enormous. I've got a photo on my Discord of me touching Hyperia's track. And it really is enormous. That is probably a good place, actually. Widen that path out. Bye. Rid of that one and that one. Widen the path out. And that probably works. Well, there we go, look. I like that. Might just have to put a railing in to stop people bumping their heads on the rides. That is pretty good. Ironically, yeah, that ends nicely. Nicely. Now, because we've got a raw corner there. I'm not in corners, so what we'll do is we'll put one of those underneath. Get the top one off, like that. Same with that, because that's going to be a corner. Nope, like that. Oh, that's why, because it's spun round, that's why. It looked wrong. Right. Get rid of that. Well, we are now back into Black Forest. Look. Biome has changed. So the biome changes about there. So that's Black Forest. The path comes down into swamp, actually. It's the only problem when you hit stuff with your flametal thing. And handrail on that. I'm not going to make the handrail go all the way down to the ground. Never do. Like it's getting a bit stormy outside, by the way. So there we go. Liking that. Liking how that's looking. Bit of a pinch point there, but I can deal with that. The idea is I'm wanting to take a bridge to there. The bridge will go to there and then it'll go across this island, so it'll basically close the bay. Yeah, I like that. Even better when it loads in. Yeah. A very, very realistic coaster of bridges. Thinking arched Rowston Bridge. Or not, because it doesn't need to go high. I'm thinking if I carry on there, it's going to end up at that island. Turn it by a few degrees. That takes it to that rock. I base it on... Get it to snap in. If I base it on that angle... Base it on that. So that sort of thing. It's not too long, really. That ends me up at that rock, but it ends me up a little bit too low. The other thing I could do is that rock and reposition it. Remove the rock. Leave the island there. I could actually just carry the bridge on, to be honest. That's the width it needs to be. That gives me, sort of gets me right back around the bay. That also goes, because this is meadows. Makes me gap here. I'll do some terraforming there. Have another nice view. Let's get the archers on. And do that. Do it production line style. Like that. I think that rock should just be able to stay, actually. I don't think that's going to be affected. Okay, yeah. Do it like that. Same on the other side. Probably going to delete half these archers, to be fair. A lot of archers. But it might also look really cool. I might just, what I might do is actually, I might make a piece, think about it. Make one piece and just copy paste it. That will probably give me the easiest way of doing it. Possibly even turn it. I'd rather go over there, to be fair. And remove those. Oh. Oh. I love it, you can just remove mobs. Look, neck. Was a neck. Look, the neck here somewhere. There it is. Ah, not anymore, there ain't. And that one. Oh, gone. Right, let's do it as just do it as a copy paste. I'll just make one section. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Make one section a bridge. I make section a bridge. What I'll do is I'll base it on one of the primary angles as well. I know. I do remember getting killed by necks and boar. I think my first few deaths were boar deaths. Right, so that is the basic angle snap. Well, let's start a. Get rid of that rock. Start with a section of bridge. One. And fill that in. Fill that with it. Same there. And same there. Put a banister across the top. Yeah. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little detail. So we'll put base it off. Base it off being 2 or 3 deep. Let's do 3. I can do 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, building pipette that. And put it on land. Right, so if I put it on a rock, something I can demolish, that'll put me even more up. Don't think. Demolish that rock without hurting the. Nope. Oh, shutter. I do that. An arched bridge. Easy to build. Can be repeated. Take it down to there. Thing is, any sections that are underground, I believe, will just break. Because you hear them crack. Put those under that. Three, 4, 5. Take it down to 5. It's getting very windy outside. And for details, thinking is that. And if I flip that over, that with it, like a zigzag pattern. So same with that. Put that in there. Realise that is not right. Reset that to its original. Better. And flip it over. There. So that's got me a nice pattern. Then I could actually put the lanterns on it as well while I'm at it. And they're all equally spaced. There's a way you can put the lantern inside the... Or... I could actually do that. I'm not bothered about you being able to see underneath it, because you're not going to be going... Not filling in all underneath. That'll just be ridiculous numbers. I'm building pipette that again. It snaps like that. Put the lantern there. There. And then if I now build in pipette that again, erase that. If I build in pipette that, the only thing is I've got to base it on is to make sure that the level is correct. At the moment that is too high. May need to create a false handrail. To create a false handrail, I would need to do this. To put a piece there. In position. Like that. Then put like that. That's the handrail. I'm going to pick that up. Should have given me correct snap peak. Let me just check what that's aiming at. I aim it there. So we've got that position. Pretty much midway to that island. That position aims so that or that. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Beautifully done. Beautifully and perfectly done. Bridge. Through to the other side, and I can now finish the bridge off nicely by doing that. Austin. Might need to be those up it getting in. Yes, one of that. There we go. I think most of it touches. The only bit that's a little bit floaty is here. And to be honest, I think I've done pretty good. I just put a couple of those under there. That'll close it up. I think they're all pretty good. Okay. That one's pretty good. Ever so slightly floaty, that one. There we go. That's it. They're good. Solid. Fill in that gap. The one and a. Like that. Like so. Yeah, the only bit I don't like about Valheim is there's nothing to fill in there. You know these pieces here? There's no actual official piece. If you put that in, it's goes, unless it's buried in material, it goes too far and it looks bad. That's cool. It also means I'm at the Start Island, which is going to be one of the main build locations. Well, let's flatten this. For a pig. Oop. No, 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 not like that. So I could go a little bit. There, try that. That working with wall. Pave it. You can see better when you pave it. So that is ever so slightly higher, so it could probably go down one more piece, one more section. So let's try that level. Right, that gives me a step down that bridge. I think there's one more level in between, actually. Try raising it. That's the level. That's the level. Our level to that. Quite a little lower than I went to. You'll notice all the trees and bushes and rocks and everything all drop. Okay. Right, that should give me work position though. Ah, no, no, no. Oh, no, 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 no. One. Where is it? Done it again. The next one up's a little bit too high. Right. Then on that, I just need some steps up. To make it a straight run. I can now put some trees in here. This is Black Forest. I can put Black Forest trees in. I think we are in Black Forest. I copy that one. I think that one's going to be a bit close. Have I got the big one? Have I got the giant tree? Yeah. Any other Black Forest nearby? Got those giant ones in here. Or are we just talking the little ones? No, we're just talking the little ones, look. If there's any Black Forest nearby, I can go and grab one from. That's Black Forest over there. Grab, go and grab a tree. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's up there. That's Black Forest. Yeah, there we are. I don't know what it's called. It's fir tree. So is it this one? Pine tree. Pine tree 01. I believe there is only 01. A bit south of it. I'm getting lost. There's Lonely Land. I picked this area because there's so many biomes literally on top of each other. Because it's not often you get meadows so close to plains. That's the one I'm wanting there. That's rating it up. Go. Probably put one in back of here as well. Is that swamp? That's swamp. On there. And this is still Black Forest over here, isn't it? Yeah, that's. So if I shrink one of those down, one of those on there. Got 3 trees to pick from now. Pipette those. Put those. Well, I don't want to put too many of those in because they're quite bushy. I don't know why I've just summoned the Queen's Power. See what happens there. Why is that lock stuck there? Oh, bear. Not a lox, it were a bear. So that has now closed all that in a little bit more. It's not quite as garishly obvious. But same with this island here. We'll fill it a bit more with trees. There is also, if you go to there. Oh, I could have. I could put saplings. So there's the small fir tree, which is that one. It's nice and dainty, but you can't blow it up very big. But it's very good, like filling in the gaps here like that. And the other thing we've got is, because we're heading into swamp, we've got the dead one. The dead one does look good if you tip the angle on it a bit. You can angle those. All dead fir trees. Yeah, they're far enough. Alright, bush. You don't get the bushes in the swamp, do you? The only thing you get in the swamp, you get those, but they're a mob. Rucksack. Yeah, basically you can stick them to trees like that. Blow. Shrink them. Oh, you can shrink them as well. Have those there like that. Bit of eerie green lighting. 3 hits. Oh, 3 hits for bear, yeah. Well, I am carrying probably the hardest weapon in the game, to be fair. I have got the... I've got that thing. Dunwyn. Crafted by Lothbrok. with a slash of 163. I think that's pretty bloody tough, to be fair. Right. Wood. Like a little ornament to remind you you've come back into the Black Forest. And the same again, I'll just put fencing across. I know it's the simplest fencing in the game, but I do love that fencing and the way it locks together. You can see through it and it just looks a lot better. Like that. It's just like a little, very rustic. Have some planting. You can't now see the roller coaster out. That one's the one you get in the Black Forest, isn't it? The blueberry. The blueberry bushing. The other thing is you get is the little thistles for their glow. There you go. You walk across the bridge, you get the view up the lift hill. That right there. That just needs that. Do that. It's taking up less your elements. There we go. So you can touch the boats there, that's the only thing. So the best way of dealing with that, without making an obvious railing, we probably bring the land in a little bit. Or to put something there to distract you. And benches in. Benches like that. I'll put a cart behind. Oh, actually, that'd be good. One of those in. You can see getting in. Go. Cart. Remember where the cart is. Now the cool thing with the cart is, as I've said before, you just chuck crap in it, like that. Oh look, we're getting ban evaders coming in. We've had 2 of them within quick session. Isn't that now? There we go. Put some things in it. No, the filters caught them. So then we'll put the pots in. Put some of those benches in front. Furniture, the big stone ones. Or photographs, because you know Vikings had cameras. Oh, I don't need a maypole. Oh. Wait. Weirder the maypole things. We'll have some shite. Right, just let's put a barrel on its side. Oh. Piles of rock and wood. Pile of rock there, it stops that from rolling. A wood stack. The Yggdrasil. There we go. Like a collection of shite. Just a few more. Oh, look at that wave. Oh, that was a big one. The big one. We're in swamp. Oh no, we're in Black Forest, look. We're in Black Forest now. Swamp, Black Forest. Theoretically, we'll put one of those there. Might be a bit close. Black Forest as well. Yeah, that's Black Forest as well. So let's have it there. Black Forest swamp. Lamps. Put a lamp in this corner. Need to also do this. Right, here we go. I think that's looking pretty cool. I'm just going to summon a thunderstorm and I'm just going to see what happens. And see what happens. See what with the waves. I think they will probably go over the top of the bridge. Right, so let's raid out. We've got Nerdy Northerner playing with a lot of viewers. I normally go for smaller streamers, but let's just raid out and bring my mouse up. Nerdy Northerner. Isn't that right? So let's join Nerdy Northerner. Nerdy Northerner is currently playing as Azeroth. Oh, and look at that. Well, thank you for watching. Little mini raid, and